Did you just move to Southwest Florida to escape high taxes and failed liberal policies? You've made the right choice. Welcome to 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
Leaving a child in a hot vehicle can lead to their death very quickly. If you see a child left unattended, call 911. If the child looks unresponsive, do what it takes to get him or her out safely.
How long has this garage door been broken? You know, you don't have to, move out and buy a new house just to get a garage door that works, right? We could just fix this one. If something is broken, you fix it. Faucet drips, fix it. Light bulb burns out, fix it. Dogs in heat, fix it. You figured you had to toss the whole thing in the recycling with your empty soup cans? Why are you not using an entire room in your house because of a lousy broken door? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our technicians have the parts and experience to fix any garage door. Big, small, dented panel, rusty chain. We get your garage door working like new. You come home, drive right in, and snuggle up with that adorable litter of puppies you got. 'Cause I bet you didn't fix the dog either. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage, and we'll come over and make it right. If you're lucky, the technician will take one of those puppies off your hands.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
When there's nothing left that makes any sense. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right, all along.
Wait, I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. There is a delay in Washington approving an additional $40 billion in weapons and aid held up by Republican Senator Rand Paul, who says it's money we don't have, and he's pushing for a special inspector to monitor how it's spent.
We cannot save Ukraine by dooming the U.S. economy.
But Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says,
when you have a proposal to change a bill, you have to convince members to support it. The junior senator from Kentucky has not done that.
Any changes mean the bill would have to go back to the House for a second vote as the Biden administration presses for the package to become law before May 19th.
Fox's Sean Langell. With COVID cases and hospitalizations rising lately, President Biden is also urging Congress
to provide emergency COVID-19 funding that is vital to protect Americans.
But that's being held up for now as Republicans blame nearly $2 trillion in spending last year for the rise in inflation. The president disagrees, and today he'll meet with police chiefs and mayors from many cities, urging them to allocate unspent COVID funding on law enforcement to fight rising crime. A day after North Korea acknowledged for the first time a COVID outbreak, it reports 6 deaths, 350,000 people being treated for a fever. North Korea has imposed a nationwide lockdown. 5 House Republicans have been subpoenaed by the Democrat-led committee investigating last year's Capitol riot, including Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy and Congressman Andy Biggs.
I think the committee is illegitimate. I thought it was that way when it started.
Biggs tells Fox News he's not yet sure if he'll cooperate with the subpoena. The Select Committee says Biggs and other Republicans have relevant knowledge of events on or leading up to January 6th and activities related to the transfer of power.
Fox's Jared Halpern. Moms and dads across America are scrambling to feed their babies.
I've gone to 4 or 5 stores in a day looking for formula.
She's in Portland, Oregon. The shortage is nationwide. The Biden administration says it's working with retailers to trying to ease supply chain issues. A recall and an Abbott production shutdown also led to this. America's listening to Fox News.
We're so glad you set your radio right here. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right, all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
An easy drive throughout Collier County this morning, just tracking a few slowdowns. 41 heading northbound just north of Pine Ridge Road. Also, Airport pulling a little slow moving in east southbound direction towards Pine Ridge. Only other delay I'm seeing as you pass the Club Naples RV Resort on I-75 near the entrance to Alligator Alley in the eastbound direction. Other than that, should be a very smooth ride throughout Collier. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz, Wink News.
The news you need. The host you trust. Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
Have you ever had pain down your legs or into your hips and thought, why is this happening? There's a large nerve that comes out of your back that runs down into your leg called the sciatic nerve. This nerve can get compressed by a bulging herniated disc, arthritis, stenosis, or scoliosis. This causes sciatica, which eventually can lead to back, leg, or hip pain, weakness, or numbness. Avoid the band-aids like anti-inflammatories, spinal injections, or painful surgery. Sciatica, as well as bulging disc neuropathy and stenosis, can now effectively be treated with non-surgical spinal decompression at Johnston Spinal Care, 596 Back. Spinal decompression decompresses the discs and nerves, allowing them to heal. FDA cleared, safe and comfortable. Make a decision to live life without pain. Call my office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596 Back. 596 Back. That's 596 2225.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1-HOUR.
Great news, Southwest Florida. The best trade-in deal ever is back at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of what brand it is or where you bought it from, Naples Nissan will give you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. That's right, folks. Aaron Walker here. Hey, whatever the car you're driving now was worth when it was brand new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only at Naples Nissan. Oh, and by the way, while inventory may seem short elsewhere, that's definitely not the case for us over here on Pine Ridge Road. We've got over 300 new Nissan models to choose from, including over 100 all-new, completely redesigned Rogue models. Get full offer details and pick out the new Nissan you want to drive home today at naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Chevy showroom, Marty.
Marty, I want a new Chevy.
Okay.
But I'm leaving my checkbook at home.
Well, how are you going to pay?
I'm not.
Huh?
And I'm not making payments until September.
Look, pal, you got to pay here.
Well, not at Victory Lane Chevrolet, because it's no pay May.
No pay?
Uh-huh. You can drive a new Chevy with no money down and no first payment, or make no payments until September. It's a no-brainer.
You're crazy.
Crazy about saving people money? It's no pay May at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Keep your money in your pocket and drive a new 2022 Chevy Silverado for just $399 a month, no money down and no first payment. Or finance any new Chevy in stock and make no payments until September 2022. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
39-month lease, 0 down, 10K miles per year. Must have current lease and household. Taxes and fees extra. Rebates to dealer. No payments until September. 72 months with approved credit. Offers do not combine.
People often ask me, how much money do I have to pay you up front to be my personal lawyer? The answer is nothing. It's free unless we win. What about a slip and fall or car crash case? Free unless we win. We have recovered billions in settlements and verdicts over the years. We have never taken a fee unless we've won the case. Our service is free unless we recover for you. You can hire the largest personal injury law firm in the world as your personal lawyer for free unless and until we recover for you.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Among the many lasting benefits of having a closet or other space reimagined, then brought beautifully to life by Closet Factory, is its ability to affect your own organizational behaviors. By simply living in your new space, the prioritization, sequencing, ordering, and reductionist tactics designed to varying degrees into every solution we make will subtly but inevitably train you to appreciate and utilize them for a happier life. With design that improves your home and you. That's how we build it at Closet Factory.
Thank you for waking us all up out here.
For all you do. And thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
So I'm talking to people yesterday, and people communicating with me that, and this is their words, starting to think that Democrats just hate babies. They just absolutely just any baby. Doesn't make born, unborn, doesn't matter. Babies. They just hate babies. I mean, what are we doing? What's going on with the latest crisis now? And now we got a baby formula crisis. How in the world did this happen? Well, Drew, it's simple. I mean, it's the labs that shut down. I mean, there was a problem with bacteria, and they had to shut it. It was in February. It happened in February. How long does it take to clean up the situation with that? So how much responsibility right now is on the FDA and the USDA? I mean, well, it's their job to protect the kids. Don't you understand? We can't just put out formula. Well, they're denying that any of the bacterial issues that resulted in the deaths of, I think, 2 or 3 children. 2 children and some serious illnesses. They're denying that it was the baby formula that did it. You would think by this point, because I'm looking at my calendar and I'm looking at my watch and I realize what day it is, we don't have this solved yet. What's the answer? Again, when somebody says, do Democrats like babies at all? I mean, you were a baby at one time. What are you doing? All right. We'll get to the White House's response to that. And just when you thought that... Just when you thought it couldn't get any stranger in Southwest Florida, whether it is a school board that's got one member being censured, and then you have a situation not only with that, but you've got an investigation that the questions about the whistleblower complaint and all of this in Lee County, but now you also have something going on in Collier County. I mean, hold on a second. Is I don't know if this is true or not. We're going to read into the story and find out. But is the Collier County School District allowing for the busing of kids to go to a Naples church that's holding a LGBT drag show for 12-year-olds? Where's Jake just threw the mic down? Where's the who are the hosts on TV where they would throw chairs and it would get all crazy, and every single time you'd have the show, there would be 2 people fighting, and it would have to be some dude like separating. Who is
Jerry Springer?
Springer. It's just like it sounds like a Springer episode. Like this. Are you kidding? And the thing is that so many people say things like, it's far away. It doesn't happen here in Southwest Florida. Nothing is, we are as pure as the wind-driven snow here. Everything is absolutely, yeah, you sure about that? It's coming to a town near you. And I would say whether you like it or not, but I know that a lot of you don't like it, and you just need to know that it's happening. So, I don't know, we'll dig into the story and see exactly what's going on. But the headline is, oh boy. All right. In the meantime, it is Friday. It's Jake Day. It is the day that Jake is officially checked out, although he just threw the microphone down, so now he's got to put it back onto its holder. 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC Talk and Text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's, so if you want to watch, you certainly can watch the program and subscribe to our channel on Rumble. Anything you want to talk about this morning, it's one of those days. It's going to be one of those days where it's like a grab bag. We're just going to be pulling stories all day long, following the news. And if there's anything you want to talk about, anything at all, especially you big lefties out there, come on, bring it. We're ready for it today. All right, so what's going on with the children? What's going on with the baby formula? So again, remember how this all started. The FDA shut down Abbott Laboratories, a plant in Sturgis, Michigan. There was an investigation into alleged contamination of formula that forced a recall. This was 3 months ago. 3 months the plant has been down. A bacterial infection caused deaths of 2 children and other serious illnesses. And Abbott's like, listen, that's not us. We're not responsible for those babies' deaths. So the FDA shuts them down. The FDA could turn that around quickly. You would think at this point they would know. So there's questions there. I mean, look, I'm not suggesting that there would be 3-letter bureaucracies that would be doing things that would be hurting the American people and not helping in any way, shape, or form, and that they would do anything that would be detrimental to a country that feels like it's getting rocked back on its heels because of inflation and supply chain issues and other things, and they wouldn't want to make it worse. They're there to make it better. There's just questions. People just... we've got a crisis, a new crisis now, brought on by this administration. So, Jen Psaki, what do we do?
Since you said it was a public health question, which agency should that question be directed to? Just the very practical, immediate question of if you can't find formula and you need it for your baby to eat, what should they be doing?
We would certainly encourage any parent who has concerns about their child's health or well-being to call their doctor or pediatrician.
Yeah, go call your doctor, okay? Go ahead, just listen. Don't bother us. Listen, we're trying to help. Call your doctor if your baby's having a problem finding food. All right. So, man, there are a lot of questions. A lot of questions. Why is this happening? It's not the FDA. It's not this administration. They have nothing to do with it. It's
So what we're doing here at this point in time is working with other manufacturers who can produce safe baby formula, and we've had success in increasing their productivity over the last 4 weeks, and we're going to continue to work on that.
He would have known about this before this week. It wasn't like this suddenly popped up.
This has been something the administration has been working on for some time now.
You've been working on it for some time now, and this is where we are. It's 3 months. You've been working on it for some time, and there are people that are asking genuine questions. For example, why is it that we can't import some baby formula if we need it? I'm sure if there are other countries that don't seem to have the problems we do, and I'm sure that we could get it. So if there is an issue there, shouldn't we be? No, you can't do that. And the FDA will say, well, we don't have it. We can't regulate it. We can't check it. We don't know how pure it is. We don't know if it's as good as ours. I don't know. Check the babies in other countries. How are they doing? So apparently you're not allowed to do that. So that's off that's out of the question. We can't have that. And again, they've been working on this, and they've been aware of this for a while. What have you done? Oh, we're talking to others about opening. Well, apparently it's not working. No, I think she said hoarding. Didn't she bring up something about that?
But if you are a parent who's looking for formula right now, struggling to find what you need, do you have even a rough guess of how long these shortages are going to last? What should parents be bracing for here?
Well, we've already seen an increase in supply over the past couple of weeks. What we are seeing, which is an enormous problem, is hoarding. People hoarding because they're fearful. That is one element of it, and people hoarding because they are trying to profit off of fearful parents.
All right, so there's people trying to profit off of fearful parents, and then there's people that are hoarding. Now, you would imagine that the White House would say, gosh, I wonder why a situation like this would happen. Why would people hoard, and why, if the White House claims without any evidence, but I'm sure they have some if you ask them, I doubt it, about people that are profiting off of it, because it's always, it's big meat, it's big oil, it's big sugar, it's big, it's everything is, it's big, it's, it's everybody else. It's everybody else but the White House. And you would imagine that the White House would say, gosh, why are they? We should probably do something about the fact that people are panicking and hoarding because it's only babies. But, if you care about babies to begin with, maybe the lives of babies and babies in the womb, which we're not really sure if they're babies or not. That's a whole other story we'll get to, because Whoopi Goldberg's like, see, will you stop with the whole baby in the womb thing? I'll decide about my body. Well, how about the baby's body? All right, we'll get to that in just a second. So what are they doing? When does this stop? And then, look, okay, well, let me play this audio. They knew for a while. They've known for a while that this was a problem, right?
It does seem like we should have seen this coming, that maybe the FDA could have done more on the baby formula shortage. The whistleblower who used to work at that Sturgis plant warned the FDA top officials about safety concerns in October, but they didn't interview that whistleblower until December. The inspection wasn't until January 31st. The recall happened February 17th.
So, whoa. Did you know that? So, there was a whistleblower that came out about the Abbott labs where they felt like there was a problem with the formula and that there could be an issue with bacteria, and they knew this in October. Hey, check your calendars, everybody. They knew about it in October. You're trying to keep babies safe. You're the FDA. It's your gig. This is your job. This is what you get paid to do. And you knew about this whistleblower complaint in October. You decided to probably talk about it in paperwork and find out in December. And then ultimately in February is when you shut the plant down. There's a lot of time in between there. You figured you would have had this all... All right, let it go on.
So is that timeline acceptable to the White House? And if not, what is the White House doing to correct that at the FDA?
I'm sure there will be plenty of time to take a look at if there are any issues that could have been improved here. I don't have any specific analysis of that.
Of course you don't, yeah. So there's no specific analysis. They're not really sure. We'll have time to take a look at it after there's some issues with panicking parents and everything else and trying to... look, it's not like people are driving hundreds of miles away just to find formula. I mean, it's a...
For 19-year-old Jaylene Orellana from Houston, getting baby formula required a 3-hour drive to Austin.
It's hard physically, mentally, financially. Sometimes I do cry at night.
Well, there's that 3-hour drive, but it's not in your hometown. So what are you worried about? Well, we have Representative Kat Kamek, who discovered something yesterday. We're going to find out if we can get her on the show maybe today to talk about this. Jake, let's see if we can reach out to Representative Kat Kamek. And so she finds out, after we all know about this nationwide baby formula shortage, that the White House is just like, that there is one place that's got stock shelves like you can't believe. And apparently it's along the southern border. Is this true?
There are all these shortages of baby formula. One of our manufacturers had an FDA issue, so they suspended production, but there are other manufacturers. So there's been a shortage of baby formula. Now, cue a conversation and a series of text messages that I received last night from one of our Border Patrol agents down in Texas, right at the border. He says, Kat, you would not believe the shipment that I just brought in. He has been a Border Patrol agent for 30 years, and he has never seen anything quite like this. He is a grandfather, and he is saying that his own children can't get food, baby formula for his grandkids. But he, as a Border Patrol agent, just took in pallets of baby formula for all of the illegals that are crossing into the United States. And it is not the children's fault at all. But what is infuriating to me is that this is another example of the America Last agenda.
And she's got receipts, apparently, because if you go to her Twitter account, she's got photos from the Ursula Processing Center at the U.S. border, shelves and pallets packed with baby formula. And then she's got another photo of the shelves right here at home, where they're looking pretty thin. And you would imagine that, look, this is not, it's difficult for some. It's not difficult for everybody, but it's definitely difficult for some. And there are things that just look bad, and then there are things that are bad, and then there are things that are both. And this is both. You've got a feckless administration who is causing a lot of the issues that we have. We come to find out late yesterday that the Biden administration, Joe Biden, canceled some opportunities for drilling in Alaska, the Gulf of Mexico. People are like, well, we can't drill. We don't want drilling in the Gulf of Mexico. This is where we live. It's the shores. We already have stuff. You do realize there are already wells out in the Gulf, right? Well, we don't want new ones. Yeah, well, that's a discussion for another day, maybe. But ready to drill, and Biden's like, yeah, no, you're not going to do that. We already made this decision. Fossil fuels are out. Of course, they don't come from fossils. We've already learned about that. And the scientists who are now saying, yeah, remember when there's only this finite supply because it's the gooey dinosaur juice kind of thing, and the dinosaurs, and there's only so many of those, and there's only so much that we have in there. And then we come to find out that maybe it doesn't work that way. Maybe because of the pressures and the things that are going on geologically inside of the planet, that we actually do have an infinite supply, that it just keeps coming because they keep going to certain wells that they claimed were dry at one time, and it's like, hey, they're back. What? I mean, it's out there if you look. But these are legitimate questions. I mean, man, what's going on with Democrats and this issue with the babies? I know that's hyperbolic. Don't go there, Drew. Don't be like that. It's Friday. Come on, we got to have some good news. There is actually some positive news out there that we're going to get to. There's some good stuff happening. I got to talk about this story coming up in a little bit this morning. I guess another person in the Clinton orbit was Clintoned. Okay, that's not very nice. It feels like if you're in the Bill and Hillary Clinton orbit and you got... Why don't I just read the story and I'll let you do the...
I'm really offended personally.
Wait a minute! I didn't say anything yet. Mark Middleton used to be a special assistant to President Bill Clinton. He's a finance director on the presidential campaign. He was running an air conditioning business, one of the largest in Arkansas, for a ton of years. He's also the man who admitted Jeffrey Epstein to the White House complex on 7 of the 17 occasions that he visited. He also flew on Epstein's plane and appears to have acted as a conduit between the two men, according to the Daily Mail. Jake, would you like to know what condition, unfortunately, Mr. Middleton is right now?
Is he on vacation?
You could say that. Permanently.
Maui or...
I'm not sure where exactly, but let's just put it this way. Unfortunately, Mr. Middleton is no longer with us. And the cause of death hasn't been revealed. But I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure that any of the things that you have right now in your brain that you're thinking about, get them out. Just stop. It's not nice to do that kind of stuff. We're not about this on this program. We're just bringing you the stories, and we'll let you decipher what you will. But I'm not going to be responsible for that. I'm sorry, not happening. So, woo. All right. 239-479-5592 is the Brett AZ talking text line. When we come back, Senator Lindsey Graham on tape, January 6th, saying Joe Biden was the best person to leave the country. Hey, he went on Jesse Waters' show last night with a little mea culpa. I'm not buying it. Sorry. So we'll play that audio coming up. And also, what else is going? Oh, Rand Paul doing it again. And there are questions about $40 billion to Ukraine, and he's blocking the swift passage for the time being. So what did he say yesterday on the floor there in the Senate? We'll have that coming up. Stay break 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Power outages are common in Florida. Any homeowner who's experienced a lengthy power outage knows the value of a whole home standby generator. I'm Nathan, one of the owners at Generators by Design. We live here too, and we recognize that a reliable standby source of power is a tremendous comfort and possibly even a lifesaver. Despite what Mother Nature may bring, be confident knowing you'll have working lights, appliances, and of course, AC. At Generators by Design, we install fully automatic systems for your particular home and your specific needs. With over 40 combined years of experience in the electrical, gas, and generator business, we guarantee your satisfaction. We stand for the flag, love our great country, and care about our customers. Call us at 239-689-8786, and I'll personally come out, meet you, and provide a free evaluation and estimate. Online at generatorsbydesign.com. That's generatorsbydesign.com. Generators by Design, where your power is our priority.
You already know that Genesis produces some of the most luxurious cars and SUVs in the world. But did you know that Genesis of Naples is the world's #1 largest volume Genesis dealer? Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples, and we're #1 because we make sure you have a luxurious buying experience. Yes, my staff and I are honored to help our customers get into a new Genesis with our large volume of incoming inventory, like Motor Trend's 2022 SUV of the Year, the all-new GV70, or the hot hot midsize GV80, plus the G70, G80, G90 luxury sedans. Come see why the Genesis G80 ranked #1 in initial quality among upper midsize premium cars by J.D. Power. As the world's largest dealer, we received the largest share incoming models. So let us help you reserve yours. We're taking pre-orders now, so come in and select your dream Genesis. Visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road today.
Based on 2021 retail sales volume GMA. For J.D. Power 2021 U.S. award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tile roof inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free tile roof inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tile roof inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700.
License number CCC 1326213.
This Fox Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Wall Street ended mixed Thursday on inflation worries, with the Dow down 104 points, the NASDAQ up 7. A new survey from Wichita State University says which airlines are tops.
The survey looks at each airline based on mishandled baggage, consumer complaints, and on-time performance, among other categories. For a second year in a row, Southwest was tops in overall performance. Hawaiian Airlines was tops when it comes to best on-time performance. Delta had the lowest consumer complaint rate, while Spirit had the highest. Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
It's Friday the 13th, and that means tattoo shops in several parts of the country are ready to give you ink at a discount. We've seen several reports of cheap tats in Texas, Ohio, the Carolinas, and many more. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you. Economists are warning that sanctions against Russia could trigger devastating inflation, worse than the current 40-year highs. Hi, this is Stephen K. Bannon, and I urge you to protect your savings right now with a gold IRA through Birch Gold, the only company I trust for gold. Just text the word SHELTER to 989898 to get a free info kit on how to protect your savings with gold. Again, text SHELTER to 989898.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Do you want to sell your home for the most money possible? Be sure to interview more than one agent. The home marketing process isn't the same with every realtor, and that difference could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. I'm Andrew Darda with the Darda Group. With over 50 years combined experience, we know the best formula to get the best results selling your home. Find out more and contact us. Go to dardagroup.com. That's DARDA group.com. dardagroup.com. A Compass Realty broker.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Coin Tip of the Day. I see full-page ads in the newspaper every day offering thousands of dollars for your air conditioner trade-in. They're ads about giant rebates and cashback deals, and I personally believe these companies think that the average consumer is too stupid to know the truth. I have more faith in you folks. There's no such thing as a trade-in or a real cashback in this business. The fake rebates and trade-ins are just overpriced air conditioning systems with a discount. They can't resell this equipment, and there's no such thing as an AC trade-in. It's as phony as the people trying to sell them. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. Bryant, whatever it takes. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949, and never offering fake and phony rebates and cashback.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon, you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell, and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
When Bluebell takes milk chocolate ice cream and loads it with chocolate-coated peanut butter cups and peanut butter cookie dough pieces, you get chocolate peanut butter overload. Better by a country smile.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at all Walmart supercenters and Walmart neighborhood markets.
Do you have an old sedan? Sutherland buys it. How about a minivan? Sutherland buys it. A souped-up truck? Sutherland buys it. No matter what, Sutherland buys it. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral will buy your car right now. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com and get $8,000 more than your trade is worth. $8,000 more. Then come shop the #1 certified dealer. Get certified Ultimas, certified Rogues, certified Titans. Pay thousands less than new. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, plus free gas for the rest of the summer. And remember, click SutherlandBuysIt.com for $8,000 more than book value for your trade, no matter what it is or where you bought it, through Monday only. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore, online at FLNissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
North Korea reported its first coronavirus outbreak and ordered all cities and counties to enter a lockdown, or as they call it, business as usual.
Yeah, pretty much. So North Korea hasn't had a coronavirus outbreak, Jake. They haven't had anything, and now all of a sudden they do out of the middle. And how is that even possible? How is it possible that they never had one before? And I don't know. Do you believe? Do you believe that? That I mean, I know they're shut in, and I know there's not much that they can do there. And
one, we don't know that it's coronavirus. Okay.
It could. Well, then, mean, yeah, but they reported
it. The reports are kind of skewed because you have some reports by the more liberal side of, they're saying coronavirus, and then you have other reports that are calling it an unnamed virus.
In North Korea?
Yeah. And how do we know? Have you been in North Korea? How many reporters are in North Korea right now with COVID tests? How many COVID tests are in North Korea, do you think?
I had no idea you were so passionate about this issue.
I'm just saying, let's just put together the context clues here. Yeah. It's really not that hard to investigate. We're talking about a dictator who doesn't allow anyone in his country.
Yeah.
So how do we know? Have you went? Do you know anybody who went?
Wow, you are on fire.
I'm just saying.
I know, you are just saying. By the way, the pandemic's not over. It was the man of science, Fauci, who pretty much said it just the other day, and then Biden said it as well.
This pandemic isn't over.
No, it's not.
Today, we mark a tragic milestone here in the United States. 1 million COVID deaths. 1 million empty chairs around the family dinner table.
You know, and I'm kind of torn with this issue, and I feel bad for the president of the United States because you're torn because while you want to tell everybody that there are 1 million COVID deaths, which, of course, we can't define whether or not it is with COVID or from COVID. And in some cases, we found out it was with as opposed to from. And then there were big questions about that. And then the way we've been reporting on COVID deaths and how maybe this is part of that kind of never-ending fear-mongering that you can never get back to normal. There is no normal until the government says they're normal, the times that we're in. And maybe that's the economy the way it is, get used to it because this is the new normal. I know the president always talked about new normals that you have to get used to. Yeah, that guy. So, he's saying, but at the same time, so you're torn between, man, can I say this because of all the evidence that's out there of what I described? And then the fact that this is the same president who back in 2020 was talking about 220,000 deaths under Trump's watch. And he's like, we're going to put an end to this. We're going to put a stop to this. And you can't vote for somebody that, and meanwhile, how many on your watch? No, you don't understand, Drew. You just admitted that it's because of the misreporting on whether it's COVID from or COVID with. Wonder what Nancy Pelosi thinks.
When President Biden took office, there was about 400,000 COVID deaths. Now, as you noticed...
I'm sorry. Well, yeah, so when he took over, it was 400,000. Yeah, so I was wrong. I said 200. Forgive me.
There's about 1 million. You said Democrats were committed to crushing the virus. President Biden ran on beating COVID. Looking back at this time, do you think there's anything else that you all could have done to prevent this death?
Can't wait for Pelosi.
I want to salute President Biden for what he has done in the fight against COVID.
Did you not hear the question? This is what?
I'm just curious if she can think, like if that's a possible thing.
Yeah, well, there's always a okay, easy. Yeah. Look, whatever. No, not whatever. We care about this because, it's just the Democrats doing what they do best and the hypocrisy that's out there. 400,000 deaths. You can't, we're going to fix this virus and 200,000 plus under Trump's watch. And I'm going to stop the virus and you can't vote for somebody that can't put an end to this. And then it's 1 million deaths later, supposedly. And it's like, hey, look at Doc. All right. 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC talking text line. Yesterday, if you didn't hear, we had an interview with Congressman Greg Steube. I had him on because I knew there was some fantastic news that he was bringing to this program, something that we talked about. It had to do with honor flight, and I'm going to get to that, and you'll hear the interview in just a second as we get to that point. But, there are a lot of things going on Capitol Hill. We were happy to have the congressman on with us, and I started the conversation talking about his thoughts on this $40 billion of aid to Ukraine. We're going to get to some of the audio of Rand Paul, who was trying to kind of put the kibosh on this, slow it down. I mean, it's going to pass anyway, but, doing the best to kind of slow down this fast track of money and the accounting that wasn't able to be done because of how fast it came out. And I didn't even know whether or not he voted for the $40 billion of money to Ukraine. And so I asked that question, and certainly the concerns that I have, and does he have the same concerns about how fast everything was moving and whether or not we should be spending another $40 billion there in Ukraine?
Yeah, I voted against it specifically for a number of different reasons, but one of them you already highlighted. We received the language of that bill hours before we voted on it.
Right.
And you can't get through 2,800 pages of bills, and that's how Pelosi works. She just shoves stuff to the floor, forces her members to vote on it, and Republicans obviously don't have any input on what's going into it. And we still have not gotten any reasonable explanation on what happened to the $14 billion that's already been appropriated, the hundreds of millions of dollars that went for weapons that was supposed to go into Ukraine. Has that been used? Have they received it? What's the status of all that? And then we're just supposed to turn around and give $40 billion, which is which is more money than ICE, Customs and Border Patrol, the Coast Guard combined. So we have a crisis on our southern border, and we're going to spend more money than all of those agencies within our federal government spend in a year to give to a country with no safeguards on what the money is to go to, on no parameters or explanation as to what they need this for. And the American people are sick and tired of this. We've got, after I voted no, there was a number of people in the district that reached out and thanked us. For a number of different reasons, but a lot of it being you don't even know what's in these things. They push them on the floor, and the astronomical amount of money that we're spending when we have record inflation here in this country. You see all over the news they can't even find baby formula. You have gas prices skyrocketing, and we're going to borrow money from China to give it to Ukraine.
And by the way, I get a lot of emails from lefties out there. And listen, keep them coming. I don't have a problem with it. So you all need to calm down because we question and we ask questions about where money is going and accounting for things that are being spent. Doesn't mean we're loving on Putin. Doesn't mean anything like that. So you all need to take it down a notch because that's not the case. It's okay to ask these questions. It's all right to have accountability on where our money is going. There's nothing wrong with that. So you can keep those emails coming to me. That's fine. That's it is what it is. And speaking of which, you brought it up, and let me ask you this too: the accountability when it comes to what's happening along our southern border. I read the story this morning. The New York Times had it. Others were talking about the record number of deaths now, people dying from drug overdoses in 2021. The CDC data shows. I mean, this is horrific. And again, when we talk about fentanyl, when we talk about the security along our border, I have big problems with the fact that we have an administration that is allowing not only fentanyl to come rushing across the border, but obviously the concerns about people on terrorist watch lists that come across, who we know and do not know coming across, where they're going. But ultimately, how we've got to do something in the future to stop it. An election that have consequences in 22, we've got to recognize this as well. What we can do more than just talking about this, Congressman, how things and actions have to be taken along our southern border, right?
And they will be as soon as we take the majority back and we can use the appropriations process to restrict the money that is spent on Department of Homeland Security. So it isn't happening on our southern border. 42 known terrorists have been apprehended, and Mayorkas was before the Judiciary Committee a couple weeks ago and refused to say if they even released those 42 terrorists back into our country, refused to answer the questions as to, well, what did you do with these 42 terrorists? Did you release them? I mean, that's 1.2 million illegal immigrants who have come into our country and then had a judge order them to be deported, that this administration is refusing to even to follow the law and deport the individuals who have had their hearing, who've had their day in court, and the judge has ordered them to be removed.
Yeah. Congressman Greg Steube joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Okay, a couple of other things I want to get to before I get to what seems to be some really, really good news that I'm excited to talk about in just a second. Has to do with our heroes, our veterans. We'll get to that in just a second. Saving women's sports, saving girls' sports, sir. What are we doing? What do we have going on here? Talk to me about it.
Yeah, so after I filed an amendment on the Equality Act years ago in Judiciary, and obviously all the Democrats voted against it, to protect women's sports and not allow biological men to compete with women in Title IX sports, collegiate athletics, scholarships, that sort of thing. So I filed a standalone bill. We've now decided to file what's called a discharge petition. It's the only tool that the minority has to force a vote on a bill. If I get to 218 signatures, Pelosi doesn't have a choice. She has to bring that bill to a vote. I think we're over 150. When I left the floor yesterday, we were at 145 signatures, nice. Of course, all Republican. Yeah. To force the Democrats on this issue to not allow biological men to compete against biological women in sports. I mean, we've seen time and time again where this has happened, where you have biological men beating women for medals, beating women for scholarships, beating women for rosters on teams, and the American people have had enough. And I think every member of Congress should be forced to vote on this piece of legislation.
Good. I love it. All right. That sounds good. And something that I asked for a report on that I guess we can do now, because my concern, and you know how, and I know you as well, how much we love our veterans, how we certainly love the fact that Honor Flight has been amazing here, Collier Lee Honor Flight, and being able to fly our heroes to Washington, D.C. to visit their memorials. A flight just went off last week. So we are so happy that they're up and flying again. The opportunity, especially when you consider how we are losing veterans every day and the opportunity for them to go to D.C. But one of the concerns that I brought up was the fact that I heard that, and it was happening, that when they land, one of the key things that they have an opportunity is that they have police that are able to escort them to these memorials, gets them there quickly through the traffic of D.C., and then enables them to be able to see all the memorials and in a timely fashion get them back on that flight. And the thing about it is the timing, and it's crucial because otherwise, there's a chance you may miss a flight. There's an opportunity to not or have to skip certain memorials. We wouldn't want that to happen. And I know that we talked about this before and the fact that we wanted to get that back up and running. So what do we have? Where are we with this?
Yeah, thankfully, through a lot of pressure of members like myself who wrote letters to the Department of Interior and put a lot of pressure on them to continue and not do away with these escorts, they've reversed course, thankfully, and will reinstate the escorts for our heroes that served our country. It's a small win that we can say that we've done to pressure the administration to actually do this. And what was interesting was their reasoning for doing away with them was a shortage in law enforcement officers. Well, imagine that when you defund police departments and when you call for no police forces and restructuring of police forces, they have a hard time servicing all the law enforcement agencies up here in Washington, D.C. So not shocking the outcome of Democratic leftist policies, but I'm very happy to report that those escorts will be reinstated, and it is very important because a lot of these honor flights, they're only up here for a day.
Right.
So they fly early in the morning, they get here, and if they don't have an escort to each of these different memorials, it's going to be hard-pressed for them to get to all of the memorials to be able to see it and then get back on the flight to head back home later in the evening.
Yeah, well, that is some fantastic news to leave with, and especially on National Police Week, right? So that's there you go, recognizing that as well, and the importance of those heroes as well, those that keep us safe, men and women, each and every day on the streets in our communities, and how we are certainly blessed to have so many people to step up and enter into that space each and every day, and we are appreciating them, especially this week. All right, Congressman Greg Steube doing some amazing work there. We always appreciate you, sir. All the best, and we'll see you soon, okay?
Yep, thank you.
All right.
Good to see you.
It is Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now, Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
What matters here in Southwest Florida? It's family, jobs, tourism, and the constant fight to push back on liberal policies like H.R. 1 that would see a federal takeover of our elections. That's why my agenda will always be based on the core values of people in this district: a strong economy, an end to waste, and secure borders to protect us. My goal as your congressman is to make sure our coastal regions are protected and that I serve as a good steward of your tax dollars to projects that improve our district, and to do so without raising your taxes. That's my agenda. Please reach out to learn more about how I'm fighting for you and the many ways my office can help you navigate any problems you're having with federal agencies. I'd like to hear from you. Visit donalds.house.gov or call my district office at 239-599-6033.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Economists are warning that sanctions against Russia could trigger devastating inflation, worse than the current 40-year highs. Hi, this is Stephen K. Bannon, and I urge you to protect your savings right now with a gold IRA through Birch Gold, the only company I trust for gold. Just text the word SECURE to 989898 to get a free info kit on how to protect your savings with gold. So text the word SECURE to 989898.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking,
where next?
You earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The best way to listen to music? At a concert in the front row. And the best way to eat a Nature Valley Crunchy bar is outside. Somehow, it makes the crunch even crunchier and the whole grains even whole grainier. See for yourself with Nature Valley.
At Lusk, Dre Sites, and Telesano, we're celebrating 40 years of handling personal injury claims in the state of Florida. If you're involved in an accident, you need a firm with the experience and resources to help you get the compensation you deserve. A firm that cares about you and does not leave you in the dark. If you're unhappy with your current lawyer, you have the right to get a second opinion or change lawyers. At Lusk, Dre Sites, and Telesano, winning is no accident. Offices throughout Southwest Florida. LDTlaw.com.
Selling your home in Southwest Florida is easy. Buying a home in Southwest Florida makes you wish you could buy before you sell, which is the ultimate catch-22. At the Darter Group, that's 100% possible. Get full market value for your current home and purchase your next home with peace of mind knowing your current home will close when you're ready to move. Learn more about the Buy Before You Sell formula at dartagroup.com. That's DARDA Group.com. dartagroup.com, a Compass Realty broker.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Oh, boy. So, I know nobody really cares it's Friday the 13th, right? You're not superstitious. You know, we've been through this a million times on this program. You don't care about that. Jake didn't even know. Did you know that today was Friday the 13th?
I mean, I knew, and we care. I care.
Why do you care?
You don't remember the last Friday the 13th?
Nope. What happened the last Friday the 13th?
I don't know. I know that there was one Friday the 13th that I'll never forget. You know which one?
No. The movie?
No.
What?
No.
Which one?
March 13th, 2020.
What happened?
The world shut down. Toilet paper was flying off the shelves. People were washing their groceries.
Is that true?
Yeah, it was a pandemic, dude. Do you not?
No, I know about the pandemic, but that all happened in
Friday the 13th.
It was just that one day that the reports came out about the toilet paper and the washing of the... Man, we were washing everything. You remember that? We wouldn't even let the kids play on the playground. We wouldn't let them touch outside the... You believe that? Anyway, yeah, so you... What? So it is Friday the 13th, so, and look, don't do the superstition thing. The superstition thing is all in your head, because if you believe something bad's going to happen, something bad happens, because you will it to be that way. Just don't do it. So don't will anything bad to happen today. Make Friday the 13th a happy day. Make it your happiest day. Make it a day where blessings are all over you and your family today. It is blessing day. It's not anything bad. It's a blessing. That's how you look at it.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be negative. I was just pointing out the
You
facts.
be negative? You spit at negativity. Never mind. Well, here's some negative news. You wanted some ugly Friday the 13th news
Are
this
you
morning?
calling me a negative Nancy over here?
No, I called you a negative Jakey. Do you want to know some negative news? Here you go.
Sure.
This just came out. Elon Musk says the Twitter deal is temporarily on hold. Uh-oh. Yeah, so remember the whole anticipated deal to buy it, $44 billion? Well, now he's putting it on hold. Why? The Twitter deal's temporarily on hold pending details supporting a calculation that spam fake accounts do indeed represent less than 5% of users. So he's doing his due diligence to say, wait a minute. You're telling us that you got all of these people that are on Twitter, and you're saying only 5%, less than 5% of its monetizable daily active users during the first quarter were spam or fake accounts. Something must have happened where he looked and went, it looks like a lot more than that. Because if it's a lot more than that, you don't monetize them. And if you don't monetize it, then the value is not what you said it was. Oh, boy. So, yeah. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, it's plunging like everything else. The shares fell 20% in pre-market trading, so that's plunging. The markets are plunging. Well, the market's not really. Yeah, they're not doing so well. But, hey, it's Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th. See, if you say Happy Friday the 13th, see how it just changes the whole mood of it?
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Jason and Todd with the Diamond District are giving you a free pearl necklace and matching bracelet with your purchase of a Veragio engagement or wedding ring priced at $2,500 or more this coming weekend. And we're also offering 12 months interest-free financing at the Diamond District.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. Now that our economy has reopened and to help the community, we've decided to offer a safe $29 AC maintenance. All Pure Air employees are supplied with gloves, foot coverings, and KN95 masks for your and their protection. Find us online at getpureair.com to schedule your safe $29 AC maintenance. Join me every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips.
Injuries on the job can cause you to lose control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Money is not coming in and your medical bills are piling up. Our legal team is here to help. We can help you file all your workers' compensation claims to make sure you get the proper benefits you're entitled to. If you've been injured on the job, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Naples.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along. Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along. Getting it right. All day and all night. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right. All along.
A tweet leads to Twitter uncertainty. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. It's stock plunging 21% in pre-market trading after Elon Musk, the Tesla and SpaceX CEO who stirred up a social media hornet's nest buying the company, tweeted this morning he's put that deal on temporary hold as he tries to get rid of fake bot accounts.
And now Elon Musk says he wants details about it until he gets clarity on how many bots there are. Twitter put in a filing estimating that the false or spam accounts represented fewer than 5%.
Fox Business Network's Maria Bartiromo. Musk says he wants Twitter to be a more fair forum, which conservatives hailed. Critics on the left fear his buyout could lead to more hate speech and misinformation on Twitter. The first war crimes trial starts today in Ukraine. A Russian soldier is accused of murdering a Ukrainian civilian. There's a snag in the plan to send Ukraine an additional $40 billion in weapons and humanitarian aid. Democrats and most Republicans are ready to approve it. GOP Senator Rand Paul is not.
My oath of office is to the national security of the United States of America.
Paul says we don't have the money and is proposing a special inspector to monitor how it's spent. A motion expected to fail, but delaying approval till next week. New COVID funding also on hold as Republicans blame the nearly $2 trillion spent last year for rising inflation. Today, President Biden will meet with mayors and police chiefs, urging cities to use unspent COVID money to fight rising crime. This is a problem across America.
Babies have been put to bed hungry while parents are desperately trying to find alternative formulas.
Republicans like Congresswoman Elise Stefanik demanding the government do more, blaming the Biden administration. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the president met with retailers, manufacturers to make more baby formula faster.
He discussed Reckitt and Gerber's efforts to increase production, which have made up for the loss of production by Abbott, and asked them to identify other ways the administration can help them.
Abbott shut down after a recall. America's listening to Fox News.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News, traffic.
If you're out on I-75 in Fort Myers right now, seeing an unusual amount of delays
Heading southbound just past the Colonial Boulevard exit in the Forum area, traffic is getting a little more congested as the morning goes on throughout the interstate. Lee Boulevard and Lehigh Acres also a little slow moving right now as you head towards State Road 82 and Palm Beach Boulevard, seeing those usual delays heading in the westbound direction past Riverdale High School and Fort Myers Shores area. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
We've got high temperatures in the upper 80s again this afternoon. We'll stick with partly cloudy skies with increasing cloud cover towards the evening. A few spot showers will go up along I-75 by 1 to 2 p.m. Those rain chances shifting inland along with our thunderstorm chances by this evening. Eventually, all those showers and storms should weaken late tonight into early tomorrow morning. We'll have a mostly dry weekend ahead of us, 90s for both Saturday into Sunday, and high temperatures only continue to climb by the end of that following work week, getting as warm as 94 degrees by next weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
Does 92.5 Fox News have a live stream? You bet. Go to rightallalong.net.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
If you're a small business, there are lots of choices when it comes to your internet and technology needs. But when you choose Comcast Business Internet, you choose the largest, fastest, reliable network. You choose advanced security for total peace of mind. And you choose fiber solutions with speeds up to 10 gigs available to more small businesses than any other provider. That's virtually everywhere we serve. The choice is clear. Get unbeatable business solutions from the most innovative company. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Get started with internet and advanced security for $60 a month for 24 months with a 2-year agreement. And now with more speed to help keep all your connected devices running. Call or go online today to learn more. Offer ends 6/21/22. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet and Comcast Business Security Edge customers only. Equipment, installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. Most innovative based on American Business 2021 Gold Stevie Award.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Ceiling fans are a great way for you and your family to keep cool, but sometimes they just don't work right. Well, don't get overheated. Call the pros. Trust the Mr. Sparky team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. Call now for $77 off any repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Do you have an old sedan? Sutherland buys it. How about a minivan? Sutherland buys it. A souped-up truck? Sutherland buys it. No matter what, Sutherland buys it. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral will buy your car right now. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com and get $8,000 more than your trade is worth. $8,000 more. Then come shop the #1 certified dealer. Get certified Ultimas, certified Rogues, certified Titans. Pay thousands less than new. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, plus free gas for the rest of the summer. And remember, click SutherlandBuysIt.com for $8,000 more than book value for your trade, no matter what it is or where you bought it, through Monday only. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore, online at FLNissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men,
These days could be a thing of the past. This is Dr. Lou Spangler of MyGenix. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is little to no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call MyGenix at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's MyGenix at 239-277-9999. Again, that's 239-277-9999.
Thank you for waking us all up out here. For all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
All right, happy Friday the 13th. Listen, for those that didn't know it was Friday the 13th, so what? It's like every other day. Don't make it into something dramatic. Don't make it into something like bad's going to happen. Don't believe it's going to happen. Have a blessed day. It's going to be a blessed Friday the 13th. You're not going to believe the great things that are going to happen to you today. It's exciting, as long as Elon Musk buys Twitter. Otherwise, we're in trouble, because now the deal's on hold, because he needs to find out more about whether or not they're telling the truth about fake and spam accounts representing less than 5% of users. So they're like, oh, yeah, it's not that big a deal. There's only a few fake accounts. It's nothing. You're still going to buy, right? It's like, can you show me that it isn't? Because if you're telling me it's less than 5 and it turns out to be 20, we got a problem, because then I'm buying something that is really, truly worthless. Forget about the issues of bringing the former president of the United States back onto Twitter and whether he would allow that. What difference does it make if there's only a certain percentage of people that are actually on it and using it, and the rest of it is just bots? We're led to believe that Twitter is more powerful than it actually is, because the real power in Twitter is when people talk about Twitter, not the actual. There you go. All right, so that's some news that is breaking right now, and we keep an eye on that. 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC Talking text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can go there and watch. Here I am. Hi. And you can subscribe to our channel on Rumble. By the way, for the time being, Drew Steele Radio, if you go to Facebook, you can watch there as well. And YouTube is still hanging around. We're just messing with them at this point. It's just a matter of time before they... I don't even know. We may even be in YouTube jail at this point. We don't know. But we just do it. Anyway, messing with them. All right, I'm just going to kind of skim through. There's so many things I want to talk about this morning. I'll skim through some of the headlines. Quickly, I'll get to this. The issue of whether or not we should be giving lots and lots of money to Ukraine, and how much is too much and how much is enough, and whether or not we need to keep it flowing when there's $54 billion that's heading that way. And we know the trillions of dollars that we spent to get out of the pandemic, and the money that we continue to want to spend, and all the fun things, building back better, as if it's a
true international depression.
Yeah, it's like we got the piggy bank. Just keep going. We can keep printing it. Just keep printing that money, baby, and that doesn't cause inflation. You can't prove that. Well, there's an inflationary thing going on right now, and most people that understand how inflation works would say it's the dollars chasing after the goods, and there's a lot of that printed up. So there's that. Rand Paul is like, yeah, I'm not really sure about this, everybody. I think you're fast-tracking this whole thing, the money. I think I want to slow things down just a bit.
Reserving the right to object, my oath of office is to the U.S. Constitution, not to any foreign nation. And no matter how sympathetic the cause, my oath of office is to the national security of the United States of America. We cannot save Ukraine by dooming the U.S. economy. In March, inflation hit a 40-year high. Gasoline alone is up 48%, and energy prices are up 32% over the last year. Food prices have increased by nearly 9%. Used vehicle prices are up 35% for the year, and new vehicle prices have increased 12% or more. Yes, inflation doesn't just come out of nowhere. It comes from deficit spending. The United States spent nearly $5 trillion on COVID-19 bailouts, leading to one of the highest and most sustained levels of inflation in U.S. history. Americans are feeling the pain, and Congress seems intent only on adding to that pain by shoveling more money out the door as fast as they can.
And again, you know, when Rand Paul talks about being concerned of how the money's being spent, the fact that we've got this baby formula crisis that we're going to get to in just a second, and issues along our southern border, and we can't even use some of that money, just a little bit of that money, to shore up the border and to stop maybe the flow of fentanyl that is taking the lives of American citizens, and all of these things that we should be concerned about. Instead, we're continuing to send more and more money. And there are some people that are suggesting and are saying things like, listen, Ukraine was in the middle of a lot of things that were just surrounded by the Biden family and oligarchs and people that were in Ukraine that were kind of, helping Joe Biden out in some ways, and maybe Hunter. And, there's some connections there. Now, the concerns are that we can't have a good accounting of all of these dollars that are being sent over there, and it would really be awful if some people got their hands on some of that dollar, and it may be sort of like a kickback to some people for helping. But anyway, we don't do that. We just send the money because if Rand Paul is saying this, he's not in league with Putin. If you're questioning whether or not the money is being well spent there in Ukraine, and you have a question as to how the money is being spent, you're not in league with Putin, so take it down a notch.
If this gift to Ukraine passes, our total aid to Ukraine will almost equal the entire military budget of Russia. And it's not as if we have that money lying around. We will have to borrow that money from China to send it to Ukraine. The cost of this package we are voting on today is more than the U.S. spent during the first year of the U.S. conflict in Afghanistan. Congress authorized force, and the president sent troops into the conflict. The same cannot be said of Ukraine. This proposal towers over domestic priorities as well.
Yeah. So there's a lot of there that has to be answered to, and to Rand Paul's point, his allegiance and what he cares about is the United States, and he's very concerned about the money we're spending and the things that we're doing with an administration who somehow believes that everything is fine. We're doing the right thing. Everything is good across the board, even with inflation, even with the border. It was the press, who was it? The Pentagon Press Secretary Kirby was asked about the money that's being spent, and, maybe we can spend some money on the border and the concerns about the border. Yesterday, I think it was Martha McCallum who was asking him the questions on Fox.
There's some people who look at what's going on in Ukraine and the amount of resources that are going there. Yeah. And they say, so how is it that we're so concerned about their border and not our southern border when we have all of this loss of life?
No, yeah, that's fair to ask, right? We've got loss of life with fentanyl. We see what happened yesterday, the story that was out in the New York Times, the amount of drug overdoses in this country and death that is happening is at a rate that we've never seen before. 107,000 just in 2021 alone. And if you combine 20 and 2021 and the amount of overdose deaths that have taken place in this country, and a lot of it due to fentanyl, we come to find out that is a quarter of all the deaths due to COVID. We should talk about this. There's a big problem, and we know where it's coming from, and we know the southern border is an issue. So what about this, Pentagon Press Secretary Kirby? What do you think about this? And we're spending all this money to secure Ukraine's border, but we're not even looking at ours.
I can tell you President Biden takes border security very seriously. And
I'm sorry, did you? I mean, I'll let him go on, but did you say what I think you said? Hold on, let me just...
No, look, I can tell you President Biden takes border security very seriously.
He does? Can you really tell us that? Even Jake just slumped in his chair. Are you serious? Yeah, yes, he's serious.
And he understands the importance of proper immigration policies and procedures in place to make the border work the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah, this is not the way the border is supposed to work. This is like, not only is it embarrassing that he would come on to Fox and say this. Oh, he cares about the border. He understands exactly what security looks like, and exactly what's happening right now is the way it's supposed. No. This is not the way it's supposed to be. But again, It's either an administration that is feckless beyond belief, has no clue what to do and how to solve these issues, or they're orchestrating something that is quite big. Which one is it? Which one is it? I mean, it's a good thing that we don't have former presidential candidates on the Republican side who would make the suggestion that Joe Biden was the best guy for the job in 2020. I mean, we don't have anything like
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, yes, we do. Yeah, well, what's Lindsey Graham's deal, everybody? Can somebody explain to me what his deal is? I mean, Lindsey Graham, who we're supposed to believe is a Republican, but oftentimes we're kind of concerned about where he stands on a lot of different issues, and even when it comes to the former president of the United States and the support he supposedly had and how tough he was to support President Trump. But then, on the other hand, there's that little bit of audio that came out thanks to, who was it? Was it the New York Times? Or it was, CNN had this audio of January 6th, and Lindsey Graham was talking to a few different people about the fact that Joe Biden should be the choice. What exactly did he say?
We'll actually come out of this thing stronger. Moments like this reset. It'll take a while. People will calm down. People are, I don't want to be associated with that. This is a group within a group. And what this does, there'll be a rallying effect for a while where the country says we're better than this.
And Biden will help that, right?
Yeah, totally. He'll be maybe the best person to have, right?
Joe Biden may be the best person to have. This was during January 6th. So everybody's going to calm down. They're going to realize the errors of their ways, and Joe Biden's the best person to have, everybody.
I mean, how bad can you get at Joe Biden?
How mad can you get at Joe Biden? Lindsey Graham, how mad can you possibly get at Joe Biden? I mean, Joe Biden's the best person. So this audio comes out. Lindsey Graham now has to cover tush. And so what does Lindsey Graham do? He goes on to Jesse Waters' show. Now, listen, say what you want about Fox. Say what you want to say about Jesse Waters. Say what you want to say about any of these individuals that are going to interview people like Lindsey Graham. But come on. You got to be tough with Lindsey Graham. You can't be yucking it up after comments like that. Because with friends like Lindsey Graham, who needs Democrats? I mean, enemies. So here's his answer. When that audio is played on the air, listen.
Joe Biden, the best person to have. Yeah. Do you really believe that?
Yeah, I was wrong.
I was wrong.
I was wrong.
Okay, now, wait till you see where it goes from here. Hold on.
I've known Joe for 30 years.
You've known Joe Biden for 30 years, Lindsey Graham. You've known Joe Biden for 30 years. And you didn't know? You had no idea what type of person Joe Biden is politically. Like, this was a surprise. I can't believe that he would be such a failure. What does he say after that? You've known the guy for 30 years. What's your answer after that?
30 years. Yeah. He's a nice guy, but he's been a disaster as president. This was literally happening on the day of January the 6th, and I was hoping that President Biden could bring us together.
Okay. I was hoping that Biden could bring us together. This was happening literally on January 6th. I was hoping that he could bring people together. Really? But you know what you said. You thought that he would be the best choice. And okay.
Common sense tells you want the president to be successful. But not only has he failed to bring us together, he has made us less safe. He's ruined our economy. All the bad guys are moving around the world. They didn't do this on Trump's watch because they're afraid of him.
Yeah, okay, whatever. So he spends a lot of time sucking up to Jesse Waters and then talking about, I love this country and Joe Biden's awful and everything else. Okay. Doesn't that speak volumes to Lindsey Graham's judgment? You've known somebody politically for 30 years. He's a nice guy. There's a lot of nice guys. There's not a lot of nice girls. There's a lot of nice...
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Sorry. There's a lot of nice thems, theirs. Yeah, there's a lot of nice people on the planet. There are a lot of people that will convince you to your face behind closed doors that they're the best thing, and they're super sweet and kind and everything else. But when you get into the jungle that is politics, when you get into the cutthroat political arena, you know the guy for 30 years. You know everything that he said. You know exactly how the Democrat Party is. You knew he was going to be a disaster. You really thought he wasn't going to be a disaster? You knew all of it. Either you didn't, or you were incredibly incompetent, or you're a tool, or you're corrupt, or something else. I don't know. But man, it's people like Lindsey Graham and others, and you know the names, that make it so hard for the rest of us. They make it so difficult. And that's why, listen, I'll say it. I probably shouldn't say it on Friday because it's a happy Friday. That's why parties stink. Can I say that again? That's why parties stink. Because they get taken over by people who want to convince you that they're conservatives, or convince you that there's something that they're not, because they've got an R after their name. That's why you've got to ignore that. You got to ignore Democrats, Republicans. You got to ignore the party, and you got to go right to the person and ideology. I need to know if you're a conservative. I need to know if your values are my values, and I need you to put up or shut up. I need you to show me, not tell me, but show me how in your life you've done things to prove that point. How in the world of politics and the things that you are able to demonstrate as a senator, for example, that you are on the same page with me ideologically. Because the R after your name means nothing to me, means absolutely nothing to me. And it's people like Lindsey Graham that ruin it. Oh, you can't say that, Drew. Come on, Republicans, we got to get out there. We got to vote for Republicans. Well, what we have to do is we need to vote for conservatives, and certainly they're going to be Republicans. There's no such thing as a conservative Democrat. Always remember that. But at the same time, we don't have to just bow down and say, well, if there's an R after their name, good enough for me. No, not good enough for me. That's why you got to vet. That's why primaries matter. That's why all of these things early on, getting to know candidates, getting to find out more about them. Oh, he's a nice guy. Joe Biden's such a nice guy.
I got hairy legs.
I don't know why that matters. But here, you want a little bit of a tip-off?
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him...
That guy was going to destroy the country. I had no idea. He's such a nice guy. That's your guy. 239-479-5592. Let's take a break, Jake. How about we do that? Hey, coming up, I had a chance to sit down yesterday and speak with the soon-to-be Education Secretary, Matty Diaz, Senator Matty Diaz Jr., who is going to be doing some great work here. Well, he's been doing great work in education. But I had a chance to speak to him yesterday, so I'm going to play that audio and that interview coming up in just a couple of minutes. It's something you're not going to want to miss. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
At Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, we're celebrating 40 years of handling personal injury claims in the state of Florida. If you're involved in an accident, you need a firm with the experience and resources to help you get the compensation you deserve, a firm that cares about you and does not leave you in the dark. If you're unhappy with your current lawyer, you have the right to get a second opinion or change lawyers. At Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, winning is no accident. Offices throughout Southwest Florida. LDTlaw.com.
We could fly to such great heights.
With MSC Cruises, a world of discovery awaits. And now you can set sail with free balcony upgrades to enjoy those ultimate ocean views. Plus, kids sail free, so gather the group. And rest easy with flexible booking changes. Discover the Caribbean and the Bahamas, including Ocean Key, our award-winning private island. Only the sea offers you so much. Only MSC Cruises offers you so much more. To book, call your travel advisor or visit msccruises.com. Restrictions apply.
Great news, Southwest Florida. The best trade-in deal ever is back at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of what brand it is or where you bought it from, Naples Nissan will give you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. That's right, folks. Aaron Walker here. Hey, whatever the car you're driving now was worth when it was brand new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only at Naples Nissan. Oh, and by the way, while inventory may seem short elsewhere, that's definitely not the case for us over here on Pine Ridge Road. We've got over 300 new Nissan models to choose from, including over 100 all-new, completely redesigned Rogue models. Get full offer details and pick out the new Nissan you want to drive home today at naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Charlie Dombeck here from Key City Capital. As a 30-year CPA, I have found that there are two factors that determine how much and how fast you accumulate wealth: the amount you pay in income taxes and how well your investments perform. Today, our financial market's under extreme pressure from unrelenting inflation that is at a 40-year high. More aggressive planned interest rate increases will further devalue equities and lessen monthly investment income. Now is the time to protect your gains from the last market cycle. Key City Capital is a leading provider of workforce rental real estate and asset-backed lending investments focusing on landlord-friendly states located in Sunbelt states. To learn more about the Key City value proposition, we host a free monthly dinner in Naples at the Tiburon Country Club. To register for the dinner or to schedule a complimentary consultation, visit kcap989.com. That's kcap989.com, or call 239-330-2080, 239-330-2080.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
If you're out and about on the roads in Collier County, watching some of those usual slowdowns building up on Immokalee Road as you head eastbound towards Collier Boulevard. Collier Boulevard itself looking extra slow moving as you head south towards Rattlesnake Hammock Road, and also seeing some slowdowns at Airport Pulling intersection with Pine Ridge Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
We've got high temperatures in the upper 80s again this afternoon. We'll stick with partly cloudy skies with increasing cloud cover towards the evening. A few spot showers will go up along I-75 by 1 to 2 p.m. Those rain chances shifting inland along with our thunderstorm chances by this evening. Eventually, all those showers and storms should weaken late tonight into early tomorrow morning. We'll have a mostly dry weekend ahead of us, 90s for both Saturday into Sunday, and high temperatures only continue to climb by the end of that following work week, getting as warm as 94 degrees by next weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
High gas prices are costing most drivers in our area $15 to $20 more per fill-up. It's time to find other ways to save. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. CIG Florida can help you find savings on your home, auto, business, or flood policies. Give my team an opportunity to give you a free quote today, and we'll look for options so you can keep more of your hard-earned paycheck. Even if you do have to pay more at the pump, at Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com, Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Hi, this is Randy Stevens, STEPHENS. You can find me at randystevens.net. Plumbing nerds, we're just smart enough, you've heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night. And if your plumbers just ain't right, give us a call, we'll fix you up. And if your drains ain't clean, if your toilets are acting weird, you gotta give us a call, 'cause we'll fix you up.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
People who suffer with back or neck problems, whether that's pain, numbness, or weakness, deal with something that can be frustrating. Pain wears us down. It can affect our relationships with family and friends. It's not fun to be around someone who's always complaining about their backs. Don't resign yourself to having to live with pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care, I successfully treat the worst of the worst, those who get injections, nerve-burning procedures, or even surgery. And now they're back, golfing and living life. If there's a treatment that is extremely effective for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, or neuropathy, wouldn't you want to see if it can help you? Non-surgical spinal decompression is now in Southwest Florida. Safe and painless, more than just a temporary fix, long-lasting relief that can finally heal the condition, regardless of age. Take the time right now to call my Medicare-friendly office for a no-charge telephone consultation about spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
Hello, folks. This is Representative Bob Rommel with another interesting Florida fact. This week, Americans across the country celebrated Mother's Day. Over 200,000 new babies were born in Florida last year. That's 200,000 reasons to celebrate, and 200,000 reasons for moms to begin making important decisions about healthcare, childcare, and schools, and about jobs needed to take care of those children. In Washington, progressives want government to make those decisions. But here in Florida, Governor DeSantis and conservatives like myself, we trust parents to make those decisions. That's why I have fought for school choice and parental control in the classroom, and more options for healthcare, and to fund our law enforcement to keep the children safe. In Florida, we appreciate our mothers by protecting the children and standing up for parental rights. And we don't have an income tax. Let's keep it that way. Happy belated Mother's Day, paid by me, Bob Rommel, Republican for State Representative.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, happy Friday the 13th. I'm changing Friday the 13th forever, everybody. It's a happy day. It's going to be a blessed day. Everything. It's going to be an amazing day. You all have to get over the whole. And yeah, I said y'all have to get over the whole Friday the 13th super. Like Jake is walking on eggshells around this building. Like he's looking for ladders and broken glass and cats. I don't know why you would think any of those things would be in the building, but that's okay. It's not that big a deal. All right, 239-479-5592, giving you the number right now, the Brett AC Talking text line, because in about 15 more minutes, Dries College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Have a little bit of fun this morning, no doubt. And also my interview coming up in just a little bit with the soon-to-be new Commissioner of Education, the great Senator Manny Diaz, State Senator Manny Diaz, is going to be joining us. The interview in just a second. Listen, we just have to take a breath and just realize that it's a good day. No doubt about it. It's not like we've got any crazy school stories. We don't have any like Lee or Collier County school stories, nothing that's going to aggravate us or upset us. It's just that kind of day where we can actually get a break and relax and just take a second and let it out. It's
breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, wait, this yeah, never mind. All right, so it doesn't get any better, everybody. How about this story? This is from flvoicenews.com. Here you go. According to a new event promotion flyer, the Naples United Church of Christ, they're in Collier County. They're in Naples. They're going to be hosting a youth pride conference on May 21st for LGBTQ youth age 12 to 18. And the event is free. They're going to feature a drag show as a, quote, exploration of LGBTQ-related issues facing today's youth. Attendees are asked to enter their pronouns, the name of their school, and free shuttle transportation provided to and from Immokalee and Golden Gate middle schools? Wait. Whoa. Time out. Hold on a second. So the Naples United Church of Christ, which many people probably already know, they've been in the news many times. I guess last month they were trying to host a gay prom for children at the church. Pretty progressive church, as you can imagine, according to their website. And now you have this youth pride conference for LGBTQ youth ages 12 to 18 featuring a drag show, because why not? But the whole busing kids from Immokalee and Golden Gate middle schools. Hey, the Collier County schools know about this? Well, I guess they brought it up to the Collier County schools. Why would you be transporting kids directly from school property to an LGBTQ drag show? And the schools, I guess, responded to flvoicenews.com and said, no, you can't use it as a transit point for pickup and drop-offs. And this whole thing has to be immediately corrected to reflect that the Collier County Public Schools is not a co-sponsor, nor will it allow its school sites to be used as transit points for the pickup and drop-off of students for the event. So there you go. So made aware of, I guess, supposedly, apparently, by FL Voice News. Like, the school had no idea that this was happening. Okay. Either it's one of two things. Either they didn't know or, got us. Okay. Busted. Okay. I don't know which one it is. I can't tell. Who knows? But I know this. That story is out there. And so on a day after we find out about some of these stories in Lee County of a school board member censured and a whistleblower investigation going on there, and the concerns at the Lee County School Board and some of the things that continue to happen. Election 22, don't forget. We've got that one popping up in Collier. But everything is fine. So here's what we do know. We know that we need people that are going to understand that parents that show up at school board meetings are not domestic terrorists. We need people understanding that education is crucial, is vital for a lot of different reasons, including some of the mis and disinformation that is truly happening with those on the left who are doing this. And when we do not have an educated public, we're in big trouble. And I can even prove that coming up next hour when you find out that there's a large fraction of the American electorate right now that has sympathy for highly authoritarian forms of government. In other words, if you could have a king, in other words, if you could have a leader who does not bother with Congress or elections, what if I were to tell you that there are groups of individuals in this country who believe that that's a good thing, and a majority? Yeah, wait till you hear this coming up. That's why we are very blessed in this state to have Senator Manny Diaz, who is soon going to be the Commissioner of Education here in the state, who understands all about what is going on with education, especially here in Florida, has been a leader. And so I had an opportunity to talk to him yesterday, and certainly congratulations to him on soon being the Commissioner of Education in the state and some of the things we've got to tackle.
Well, thank you, Drew. I'm so grateful to the recommendation from Governor DeSantis and the support of the state board. But, we have a lot of things to tackle in Florida, and this is a unique opportunity for me because I'm going to have the opportunity to hopefully implement all of these policies we've been passing, and for me, over the last 10 years in the legislature. So I'm very excited about that opportunity, and I look forward to continuing to work with Governor DeSantis to implement his education agenda.
Yeah, and there's a lot we're going to get to in just a second. I'm going to put that on hold for a minute because I do want to talk about this. It was you along with the governor at the Freedom Tower recently, and victims of communism. I believe November 7th will be the day that we will have high schools teaching this, which is so important. Part of some of what many people have been concerned about as an overall arching theme here, which is not only the education of our kids overall, but some of the things that they're not learning about that they need to know. And I'll give you an example of two things of when somebody doesn't understand communism, and then something else with this. And it has to do with a Democrat who on the State House floor in April said something that not many people know was said, but pretty outrageous, but then speaks to this issue. And I want you to listen to this and maybe comment. This is a Democrat senator, and forgive me, I forgot his last name, but I'm going to play the audio and then I'll have it on the other side. So take a listen to this.
With all due respect, we're adopting possibly a resolution to condemn an entire political party and movement. So I'm trying to understand the justification, and I'm hoping that the sponsor can answer for me whether or not this movement has resulted in any physical harm or death, because there are political movements that have resulted in that. So I'd like an answer, honestly, on that question.
Unbelievable. That is Democrat Representative Carlos Guillermo Smith, Florida State Representative, saying that back in April. That right away is an example of why we need to have our kids understand about the victims of communism. When did he really say that? I mean, it's hard to believe that somebody would say that in this day and age and should know better, right?
Yeah, it was actually said on the House floor, and it's shocking. But the problem is what you mentioned before. That's why this Victims of Communism bill is so important. Yeah. Not only recognizing the victims, over 100 million people worldwide have died because of communism. And that's not counting the victims where families have been separated, families have been decimated, people have lost everything and are living in misery. And for someone not to have the understanding of that, that's why this is so important that we have this lesson incorporated in our U.S. government classes. We used to have a class in the 60s and 70s. It ended in the 90s. Americanism versus communism here in the state of Florida. Once the Cold War ended, they somehow removed it. But it's important because this generation doesn't have that connection to that period of time. And unless you have a direct, family connection to someone who fled communism in your family and understands that, it is important that we have this connection in our schools so that they understand, eyes wide open, why this is just a failed ideology, a failed economic system, and people have died all over the world because of it.
Yeah, and I think the other thing, too, Senator, that's so shocking to me is that we have living history. We have people right now that if he didn't know that this was happening, could speak to. This isn't something that is so long ago, centuries in a history book. We have living history where he could speak to people who know full well what. And again, I guess if we're going to be honest, it does call attention to another part of the issue of not only education, but something else that's happening here in the state that you can speak to directly, and it's this. The other part of it is he knows better. And then there are some people that will say things like, we have to teach sex and gender education to pre-K to third graders. We just have to do this. This is what parents want. This is what a majority of people want, that we should do this. But they don't. And they know better. They know, and you can speak to this as well. What is it? What are the numbers? What do parents say? What are people saying about banning the sex and gender discussions of young children in schools? What are they saying?
Overwhelmingly, parents in the state, well, nationally, but in the state of Florida, do not want those conversations happening to 4, 5, 6, 7-year-olds. And it's not appropriate from a human development education point of view, as well as from a social point of view. That is the job of the parents, and parents' involvement in education is important. That is the theme that Governor DeSantis has led on, and it's important that we put parents in charge and involved. We don't need to be teaching this. Our kids need to be learning how to read, how to write, how to do math. These are things that have to involve the parent, and at that age, they're not appropriate. But it's part of an agenda that wants to make people believe that these things are important to voters, to residents, to the public in general. And it's just not true, Drew.
Right.
What's true is that parents want their kids to go to school and learn the things and be educated and not indoctrinated in any way. And unfortunately, we have it's not a lot, but we have people in the classroom and in schools that have decided to take this on as their mission, and it's not appropriate, and they don't belong in those classrooms because that's what students are there for. They're there to learn the reading, the math, the writing, not to learn the social issues of perspective or even the politics or religion. That's left for home.
Right.
And not for the classroom.
Yeah, and I think that's, and you know where I'm going with this, and that I think is what's so frustrating, that there are people like this the Democrat representative who knows better. He knows, but it's ideologically, they're going to push what their agenda is no matter what you say in Tallahassee, and that's what I hear from parents. I hear that there are some teachers, and you're right, it's not everybody, but there are people who will just thumb their nose at what parents want, what the legislature through their constituents put out via bills and laws, and that they just won't listen. They don't, because they are so ideologically driven that they're just going to ignore what you have to say. And I wonder what maybe you have to say about that as well. Like, what do we do in cases like that? How do we navigate this issue?
Well, it is the job of the Department of Education to implement these laws and enforce them. And in cases where there's violations of the law, there's a process for investigation and there's consequences. We are going to make sure that the will of the people via the legislature and the signature of the governor on a bill becomes law. We're going to implement it, and we're going to use every tool in the tool belt to enforce that. It is important that people understand that that we're serious about this and that we're going to get back to the business of teaching and learning and avoid and keep these topics out and involve parents. Parents have to understand that they have a role in education. For so long, Drew, we've been trying to get parents' attention to get involved in education. Now they're awake, they're involved partially because of COVID, and we have to keep protecting those rights of parents in our state and of families, along with the rights of educators to do their job, right, in the classroom. But those things are symbiotic. They say it takes a village to educate a child. Well, that includes the parents, that includes the teachers, but not at the expense of removing parents' rights. At the end of the day, these kids belong to the parents and the families. They don't belong to the government.
Yeah, and we have a right to speak out. When we show up at school boards and we're energized, it's okay. We're not terrorists. We're not domestic terrorists. We're parents who care about the education of their kids. And then to the point, look, we both know teachers, they've got a tough job. They certainly do. There are a lot of things that they have to navigate through, and we understand that. But ultimately, if there's discussions to have with students, is it fair to say that if a teacher says to me, and I just had one say this to me the other day, you don't understand what we go through when we have these kids, all of these kids that come through the classroom, they want to talk to us about personal issues. They want to have the conversation with us. And my answer to them is, well, there are people to do that. There are people hired in the building to do that. You can navigate and say either talk to your parents, or there's somebody, if it's more emotional, that you can speak to that is hired to do that specific job. But you just do yours and just stick with that. And that's okay to say that and to walk through that. Am I wrong, or am I missing something?
No, you're absolutely right. And look, there's no doubt teachers today have a very difficult job. And when these conversations come up, there are resources. There's a proper channel to have those conversations on whatever the issue is. You need to pay attention to the student. You need to route them to the mental health professional if that's the case, or to a counselor, or if it's a conversation of another issue. But remember, they're minors. You got to involve the parents when it comes to these things.
Right.
They're not adults that get to make their own decisions, and so teachers don't need to have the burden of taking on these additional things by themselves. That's why you involve the parents, and that's why you have other professionals in the building. You're absolutely correct with that. So it's part of the support structure that is at the school. That, yes, it's becoming more difficult every day with all the things we face in society, but we don't need to place those additional burdens on teachers who are already trying to teach our students what they're supposed to be learning. And again, like, these things do come up, and there are support systems, and there are ways to deal with it. And at the end of the day, their job is to serve the students, make sure that they get the attention and to meet their needs. But we have to involve the parents. And that's part of the issue with the parental rights bill, what happened here in Florida, which was cases where they started to change services, change monitoring on students, and parents weren't even notified for 6 to 8 weeks, Drew. How offensive is that, and what a violation of the parents' rights. Yeah. So there has to be a balance there. And like I said, for the vast majority of teachers, they do their job, they're doing the right thing. They don't need the extra burden. That's why there's the other support personnel. That's why the parents need to be involved. And again, we can get back to having teachers do what they signed up for, and that is teaching and learning.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, you are the best. We love having you on the program. I hope we get to do this more often, and looking forward to conversations about education here in the free state of Florida. And we're so happy that Senator Manny Diaz is joining us this morning on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. All right, sir, all the best. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Drew. It's always great to be on with you, and I look forward to more conversations on education in Florida, in the free state of Florida.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yes.
Thanks to Governor DeSantis. I appreciate it.
All right, let's do it right now, everybody. It is time right now for Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. We'll have a little bit of fun this morning. See how you do. Caller 9 right now at 239-479-5592. You'll play Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right,
if you're
all
a small
along.
business, there are lots of choices when it comes to your internet and technology needs. But when you choose Comcast Business Internet, you choose the largest, fastest, reliable network. You choose advanced security for total peace of mind. And you choose fiber solutions with speeds up to 10 gigs available to more small businesses than any other provider. That's virtually everywhere we serve. The choice is clear. Get unbeatable business solutions from the most innovative company. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with internet and advanced security for $60 a month for 24 months with a 2-year agreement. And now with more speed to help keep all your connected devices running. Call or go online today to learn more. Offer ends 6/21/22. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet and Comcast Business Security Edge customers only. Equipment installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. Most innovative based on American Business 2021 Gold Stevie Award.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program, which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Tony. Tony's in Cape Coral. How do I know? Because here's Tony. Hey, Tony.
Hello.
Hello. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question starts right now. Tony, who is the governor of the free state of Florida right now? Who is that?
The magnificent Mr. DeSantis.
That is correct, sir. All right, and you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. In 2016, this is my favorite question. In 2016, Hillary Clinton won the Democrat nomination for president of the United States. You remember Hillary, right? Okay. Who was her running mate?
Tim Kaine?
That is right. I love that question. It's easily forgotten. All right, so you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. In 1821, this country ceded Florida to the United States. Who did that? Which state was it in 1821?
Spain?
It was. That is correct, sir. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. Who drafted the U.S. Declaration of Independence? Who drafted that?
Jefferson.
Jefferson is absolutely correct. All right, look at you, Tony. You are definitely the smartest man on your phone, and you should be proud of that.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you back at you. All right, stay on the line. Hang on there. So a big congratulations to Tony. Thanks for playing Drew's College today. Coming up in just a little bit, 8:40, our, of course, visit with Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. I believe he'll be joining us. I'm pretty confident that he is. I'm saying that right now, and just fingers crossed. And listen, if you've got questions, if you got things you want to talk about today, get ready to call because I've got some questions for you about baby formula. And I think only you can answer it. And I'll explain coming up.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
High gas prices are costing most drivers in our area $15 to $20 more per fill-up. It's time to find other ways to save. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. CIG Florida can help you find savings on your home, auto, business, or flood policies. Give my team an opportunity to give you a free quote today, and we'll look for options so you can keep more of your hard-earned paycheck. Even if you do have to pay more at the pump, at Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com, Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
At Rock Solid Countertops and More, $9.99 gets it done.
You know, for $9.99, I could get 640 chicken wings.
I told you, I want new countertops.
For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 install.
For $9.99, I could go on a shark cage diving adventure.
I told you, I want new countertops.
Get a free sink, the fastest installation, and Rock Solid's 100% price guarantee. Come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now Port Charlotte, 4135 Tamiami Trail. At Rock Solid, $9.99 gets it done.
This is 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
A war crimes trial in Ukraine. I'm Dave Anthony. Fox News is the first with more to come. The defendant, a Russian soldier.
A 21-year-old captured Russian member of a tank unit is accused of shooting a 62-year-old man on his bike. Ukraine's prosecutor general says it's been investigating more than 10,000 alleged war crimes committed by Russians, with over 600 suspects identified.
Fox's Matt Finn in Lviv. $40 billion in additional American aid to Ukraine is being held up. Republican Senator Rand Paul objects.
It's not as if we have that money lying around. We will have to borrow that money from China to send it to Ukraine.
He wants the Senate to appoint a special inspector to monitor how the money is spent. A motion expected to fail, but delaying bipartisan approval. Republicans are also holding up COVID funding. They say Democrats spent too much last year, leading to big inflation. President Biden disagrees, and today he'll meet with some mayors and police chiefs.
A White House official told the Associated Press the plan is for the president to ask more states and cities to allocate unspent COVID relief money on law enforcement. In fact, the president had urged some of that money to go to police in cities with higher crime rates last June.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. The president's also dealing with a baby formula shortage, urging other manufacturers to make up for Abbott's production shutdown after a recall over contamination concerns. Republicans claim he's not doing enough.
40% across the country is out. In my state, close to 50% of baby formula is out, and that's in Florida and several other states.
Congresswoman Kat Kamek telling Fox that she tweeted a photo of empty shelves in Florida alongside a picture of pallets full of baby formula in Texas reserved for families of migrants held in border facilities. Elon Musk tweeted a couple of minutes ago he is still committed to acquisition for Twitter. This an hour and a half earlier, he had said that he was putting his deal to buy Twitter on temporary hold to investigate fake accounts on the social media site. America's listening to Fox News.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Watching the scene of a crash at Buckingham Road and Palm Beach Boulevard, there is some reported roadblock right in front of the Publix on Buckingham Road, so avoid that area if you don't want to get caught up in that congestion. Also a crash in Estero at Corkscrew Road and Wild Blue Boulevard. Traffic in the westbound direction is seeing some slowdowns on Corkscrew Road as you head towards the interstate and the Miramar Outlets area. Elsewhere, Daniels Parkway seeing those normal slowdowns heading southbound from State Road 82 towards Gateway Boulevard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
We've got high temperatures in the upper 80s again this afternoon. We'll stick with partly cloudy skies with increasing cloud cover towards the evening. A few spot showers will go up along I-75 by 1 to 2 p.m. Those rain chances shifting inland along with our thunderstorm chances by this evening. Eventually, all those showers and storms should weaken late tonight into early tomorrow morning. We will have a mostly dry weekend ahead of us, 90s for both Saturday into Sunday, and high temperatures only continue to climb by the end of that following work week, getting as warm as 94 degrees by next weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
Bugged by the left? Log on to rightallalong.net, the place to find 92.5 Fox News online.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest-growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Hey guys, it's Robbie Raw. You've heard how much I love my art supports from the Good Feet store. Now I want you to hear from someone else.
Hi, I'm Dr. Julie Caton. I decided to get my own art supports, and I absolutely love them.
Visit the Good Feet store and take back your life.
When you need a new roof, it pays to deal with the best. King Roofing has built their business on a solid foundation of honest appraisals, fair pricing, and the finest workmanship. Your insurance may be paying the bills, but you'll live with your choice of roofer for years, even decades to come. Choose Roofing Royalty, and you'll never regret it. In Southwest Florida, there's only one King. Call King Roofing today.
Every castle deserves a king.
Tee up and swing into summer at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Experience excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, and low summer rates. Play 18 holes of the cart for just $38 before noon, $33 after noon, or play any day after 2 p.m. for only $28 all summer long. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Do you have an old sedan? Sutherland buys it. How about a minivan? Sutherland buys it. A souped-up truck? Sutherland buys it. No matter what, Sutherland buys it. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral will buy your car right now. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com and get $8,000 more than your trade is worth. $8,000 more. Then come shop the #1 certified dealer. Get certified Ultimas, certified Rogues, certified Titans. Pay thousands less than new. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, plus free gas for the rest of the summer. And remember, click SutherlandBuysIt.com for $8,000 more than book value for your trade, no matter what it is or where you bought it, through Monday only. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore, online at FLNissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Youthful, energetic, happy, sexual, strong, physical, no fear, taking the bull by the horns.
Old, tired, joint aches, overweight, wrinkled?
Depressed? Sex? I remember what that was.
In men, low testosterone can lead to muscle loss, extra body fat, fatigue, depression, and erectile dysfunction. In women, hormonal imbalance can similarly cause extra fat around the middle and thighs, lack of desire, feminine dryness, and exhaustion. Suboptimal hormone levels are associated with the development of disease states like osteoporosis, heart disease, and stroke. At MyGenix, we specialize in testosterone, growth hormone promoters, bioidentical hormones, and nutritional programs designed to correct these imbalances and make you feel revitalized. See why patients from across the country are coming to MyGenix and take the first step to feeling great again. Call MyGenix for a free consultation at 239-277-9999 or find us online at mygenix.net. That's 239-277-9999.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at AMCO of Bonita Springs, 992-2626. That's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
All right, only you could help me with this. Only you can prevent forest fires. And only you can help, what? And only you can explain to me something that I've been talking off the air with Jake, and I've been talking off the air with a couple of other people. This question that has been bouncing around the newsroom, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you this morning. And by the way, on this Jake Day, Friday the 13th, which is a happy day, it's going to be a blessed day. We're going to change the meaning of Friday the 13th into something positive because superstitions are just dumb. They're just dumb. Don't do it. It's don't think that something bad's going to happen today, because if you think it and you will it, then obviously that's when you get into a bad place. So don't worry about that. But let's try to solve some problems here. Let's see if we can do this. Okay? Are you ready, Jake? Are you ready to do this?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
That's not what I... Sorry. But yeah, it's not what I meant. I wish we... It's a climate change issue that we just can't control. Well, actually, we could control if we just get rid of all the... we have to get rid of a bunch of stuff.
The Democrats.
What? No, it's okay. Well, yeah.
Technically.
Not that. The ideology, not the... Yeah. All right, so let's do this. Let's start with the issue of baby formula. And I want to get into this because I want you to help me understand. Now, we know that the White House has known about this for a very, very, very long time. We know that it's been months and months where people have started to see in Walmarts and other places this limit of baby formulas out there. It's something that's known. So how did we get into this baby formula crisis, the latest crisis of the Biden administration? Whether you want to believe it's a crisis that is made by the Biden administration or not, we'll get into in just a second. Asked about the crisis.
It does seem like we should have seen this coming, that maybe the FDA could have done more on the baby formula shortage. The whistleblower who used to work at that Sturgis plant warned the FDA top officials about safety concerns in October, but they didn't interview that whistleblower until December. The inspection wasn't until January 31st. The recall happened February 17th. So is that timeline acceptable to the White House? And if not, what is the White House doing to correct that at the FDA?
I'm sure there will be plenty of time to take a look at if there are any issues that could have been improved here. I don't have any specific analysis of that at this moment in time.
You have no specific analysis? Like you knew this was coming. Let's remember and remind everybody of the story and the backstory. Abbott Labs was told to shut down their facility in Michigan back in February because of bacterial concerns that they had. The FDA saying that a couple of children, 2 children in particular, and some got seriously ill, and they were blaming the baby formula for their illness and death. And Abbott Labs shut it down. They said that that's not true. Their claim is that that's not. It didn't come from us, but they shut it down. Of course, the FDA and the USDA doing that, and it's still shut down right now. As you just heard, they knew back in October about this whistleblower who talked about the Abbott Labs facility in Michigan being a problem. December, some paperwork moving through. Then by February, it's shut down. Now, in all of that time, something could have been done. In all of that time, you would figure that they would have figured it out and even had a plan in place so that this wouldn't be the case. But when you're working with this administration, it doesn't seem like things are smooth that way. How do I know? Well, I don't know. A perfect example of that is when you're concerned about feeding kids and you're asking a Biden official on Capitol Hill about the concerns that you have with inflation, even with this formula issue, and you bring it up about clothing your kids and feeding your kids and how families are having a tough time doing that. I want you to listen to this.
There are all these...
Oh, no, that's not it. Oh, goodness. Where is it? Hold on. Stand by. Let me get that little nugget piece of audio somewhere around here. I have it. No, that's not it. Hold on. Oh, boy. Oh, here it is. All right. Listen to this.
While Americans are struggling and seeing their paychecks shrink, a 24% increase over FY21 levels for NOAA doesn't really help families put food on the table or clothes on the back at a time when inflation's at a 40-year high. Can you talk about how this massive allocation of funds helps to combat inflation or deal with supply chain issues that you say are so important?
Following this, supply chain issues are important. The Commerce Secretary grilled about allocating billions to fight climate change as opposed to helping struggling Americans, and her answer is...
Yes. So, look, we believe climate change is an existential threat. So, children won't forget about clothes on their back. They're not going to be able to have a life if we don't deal with climate change.
Yeah, listen, I know your kids don't have clothes on their back and you're having a hard time feeding them, but climate change is the existential threat, and we have to solve this. Otherwise, there won't be any planet for them to live on. Are you serious? So if you're asking the Biden administration to do something seriously about solving the problems that they have created, and maybe something that you can make the case possibly that they didn't, like this baby formula, Abbott Labs, and whether or not it was bacteria in the lab and shutting it down. They certainly can turn it back up again if there's no bacteria, and they've been able to establish that after months and months of hearing about this. When you hear that, you're expecting this administration to, I don't know, do Democrats care about babies at all? I mean, where do they actually care about babies? I'm just asking. Because it sure seems like they're more into the climate change thing and green energies and things that take babies' lives than having a constitutional right to do. They're really not on the side of babies, it doesn't feel. I'm just asking. I'm not, I know, stop being so hyperbolic. That's not the right way to speak if you're trying to solve problems. Okay, so this is what I want to ask. And this is the big ask. Because I don't know the answer. And I've been hearing about this from so many people, so I'm trying to figure it out. And maybe together, as family, me and you, and I'll even include Jake in this, let's figure this out. You ready, Jakey? Here we go. What did we do 50 years ago? What did we do before there was commercial baby formula? If you weren't able to feed, you would have to default to something to feed your baby. Commercial the plants have not always been available to create and manufacture baby formulas the way we have now. So what did we do? What do they do in areas where they don't have access to a store in baby formula right now that exists on the planet? What's the alternative? If you can't breastfeed, then what is the alternative to feeding a baby? There has to be something. We had to have done something for a millennium before Abbott Labs and Joe Biden, although Joe Biden's been around for a millennia.
True international effort to pressure.
Just ask him. What?
Bowl of doggy do.
All right, stop it. So I'm just asking, maybe you know, 239-479-5592. I don't know. You know, I'm hearing stories. I'm here, and I'm not trying to. And let me preface this conversation by saying this quickly. I'm not a doctor, although at home is a whole other white coat and a wife, and it's none of your business. And I don't know about baby because I'm asking. I'm legitimately asking about this. What did you do back then? Maybe you have a mother, grandmother. Because if you're telling us that there's absolutely positively in 2022 no solution to solving this issue other than getting a plant back up and running to solve this issue, people ask me and they have questions. I'm just asking. Marie's in Cape Coral. Hey, Marie.
Hey, good morning, Drew.
Hey, good morning.
Well, what they used to do, I'll tell you, I'm 74, and my grandparents had a farm. What they did was they had cows. Babies were fed cow milk. If they were too sensitive to cow milk, they would feed them goat's milk.
That's what I'm hearing a lot of lately is goat's milk.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like puppies. If you give puppies, the formula, it's really bad for them. It's better to go out and buy the goat's milk if you have to supplement their feeding.
Yeah.
But the thing I'm worried about is every day I wake up, I watch the news, reluctantly at this point.
Yeah.
And everything that Biden seems to be doing is to outrage the American people. What does he want us to do? Hit the streets so he can declare martial law and cancel the election? Because that appears to be the only way they're going to stay in power.
Well, yeah, we don't want to do that. And, the whole, I know. And the whole idea is, to your point, is that many of the things that are happening right now are in some cases, and I hate to say this, Marie, but I'm going to say it, it's not just Democrats, but it's Republicans. If we're talking about spending and inflation, there are things that we could have done to make sure this wasn't happening, certainly securing the border. There are things that we could have done right away out of the gate, like we talked about yesterday with Congressman Byron Donalds. The Joe Biden coming out of a pandemic just had to sit there and do nothing. And he would have been a hero because jobs would have come back. We would have went back to work. We would have had an economy that was roaring, just leaving everything alone. And Marie, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Just leave everything alone. And he would have done everything right by doing nothing, but decided to do the opposite because the left in this country and the progressives and the Marxists are in control. And he's a puppet. Did I say that? Kevin's in Fort Myers. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's in full control, in which case we got questions. Go ahead, Kevin. What's up?
Yeah, Joe doesn't have anything in control. Yeah, my mom used to feed us. She couldn't breastfeed, so she had 4 kids, and she would give us carnation canned milk with corn syrup.
Yeah, I've heard about that whole mixture. And here's the thing, when we talk about this stuff, people panic. No joke. People panic. There's doctors that are listening right now. There's nurses that are listening right now and saying, oh, for goodness sake, please don't do this. Please don't give your baby. Please don't do this. And I understand their concern because they want to have healthy babies as much as you want to have a healthy baby. But the question does remain. It hasn't been like this forever in our history. There are things that we used to give to our kids. So what's the answer to something other than commercial formula? And to have this conversation is not a bad thing. It's just asking. We're just trying to figure this out together, right?
Yeah, Donald Trump would have had this already solved already 6 months ago.
Yeah, that plant would have been up and running. There's no doubt about it. And it would have been cleaned up and ready to go. Kevin, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Sandra's in Naples.
Hey, Drew.
Hey, good morning.
Listen, I still have the certificate that the doctor gave my mother when I was born that told her exactly what to do. And the recipe was, like Kevin said, evaporated milk. You cut it 50% with water, put a little Cairo in it. And then in addition to that, 2 tablespoons of orange juice 3 times a day, cut with 50% water and vitamins. And that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's and how, if you don't mind me asking, how long ago was that? What year we're talking about?
1952.
In the 50s, yeah. Yeah, and so again, when we talk about these things, you know, we know that there was a time when commercially produced formula was not out, and so to ask these things and to find something to remedy a horrible situation, especially if you're a family that's desperate, to ask these questions and to figure all of this out, there's got to be something, because we all made it to this point, and many people made it before us. So
yeah, and what's scary to me is, you know, the FDA cautions new mothers not to feed their babies homemade baby formula.
Yeah.
Well, why would they do that? Mothers know best for their kids.
Yeah. Well, you know, and again, it's the fact that this imaginary scenario that nothing existed before commercially viable or commercially produced products is ridiculous. So we can figure out it. So there's a remedy for it. And Sandra, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. It's just that there's remedies, and you know, we have to talk about these kind of things and educate ourselves on our history in the past and things that we used to do, and sometimes things naturally that we had back then were a lot better than we have right now. I know the phones are blowing up. My text line is blowing up. My phone's I know. And again, this is something that we're all trying to wrap our head around because we can't believe we're in this situation. Like, it's just hard to believe that we're in a situation right now where we're talking about this. And, you know, it's one of two things. It is. It's either a feckless administration that is clueless on what to do, and they're taking us down a road that they have no idea how to fix, how to solve, how to do anything. They are bringing all of these people in with quote unquote experience from the past, and somehow they forgot all of the things that they knew or they do know, and it's a horrible situation that this country's in. Or they know exactly what's going on, and what? Like, they feel like there's nothing that they can do, that they want this to happen. You can't imagine that you would want this to happen. So how is it we can't get this plant back up and running? All right, quickly, we'll just go to a couple more calls and then we got to run. All right, Amanda's in Naples.
Hi, yeah, I was just calling in if there's any moms listening. There are Facebook groups, and there's women out there that will share their breast milk if it comes down to that. And a lot of these places, like these Facebook groups, they'll go through and they will make sure that the milk is clean and it's tested, and it's the best way actually to feed especially if it's a newborn.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, that again gets back to number one, how I can't believe we're in this situation, but how there are remedies to everything, and there are people that are always willing to help in however way that they can. And I don't know a lot about them, but that is something to consider. Amanda, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. I guess there's some groups out there, and again, when people are desperate. Lisa, how are you this morning?
I'm fantastic. And, you know, my daughter had an overabundance of breast milk. In fact, we had to buy an extra freezer just to put it in. And, you know, she was blessed that she was able to feed my granddaughter. But she also gave to multiple moms who were struggling that, you know, they need to get on Facebook. There's moms groups on Facebook that basically can help coordinate that, and it's a blessing for everybody.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Well, I appreciate the call, Lisa. Thanks so much. Yeah, and I'm just something we got to talk about. I think the discussion is important because, again, still can't believe we're in this situation. But the fact that there are people that are willing to help, good Samaritans exist all over the place, and people who don't want to see you struggle. 239-479-5592. All right, when we come back, I believe Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. Coming up, we'll talk about all of these issues and more, including whether or not now Elon Musk is going to buy Twitter. Now he's changing his mind? Is that right? What else could go wrong? Oh, as long as you got Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden around, there's plenty. Stay break 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
My Shower Door is proud to announce they've achieved 2 significant milestones. They recently installed their 100,000th frameless shower door in Florida and reached 2,500 Google reviews while keeping a 5-star rating. These reviews were written by real customers who placed their trust and confidence with My Shower Door. These customers took time out of their hectic schedule to inform others about their experience. If you're looking for a local company that has experience and you can trust, go to myshowerdoor.com. Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime. Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radio, your host of The Drive here. Your vision deserves the best care from the eye experts here in Southwest Florida. That's the France Eye Care team. Dr. France and his team understand that every cataract surgery patient is looking for an individualized outcome, a custom design to fit your lifestyle, your interest. So Dr. France has been serving patients here for, more than 30 years. And having performed nearly 70,000 surgeries, he is the clear choice if you're going to consider cataract surgery. Employing the most advanced technology with enhancement lenses like PanOptix, Vivity, light adjustable lenses, and more, Dr. France's primary goal is to sharpen your vision at all ranges, but again, to make sure it fits your lifestyle. So if you're experiencing blurry vision, you've been diagnosed with cataracts, give France Eye Care a call today. Just dial star 2020 from your mobile phone or call 239-418-0999.
France Eye Care.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
You already know that Genesis produces some of the most luxurious cars and SUVs in the world. But did you know that Genesis of Naples is the world's #1 largest volume Genesis dealer? Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples, and we're #1 because we make sure you have a luxurious buying experience. Yes, my staff and I are honored to help our customers get into a new Genesis with our large volume of incoming inventory, like Motor Trend's 2022 SUV of the Year, the all-new GV70, or the hot midsize GV80. Plus the G70, G80, G90 luxury sedans. Come see why the Genesis G80 ranked #1 in initial quality among upper midsize premium cars by J.D. Power. As the world's largest dealer, we receive the largest share incoming models. So let us help you reserve yours. We're taking pre-orders now, so come in and select your dream Genesis. Visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road today.
Based on 2021 retail sales volume GMA. For JD Power 2021 U.S. award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and I just had a Liberty Safe from A Locksmith installed and delivered to my house. I gotta tell you, I love it. The perfect size, exactly what I was looking for. Andrew at A Locksmith, when you meet him, you will know that this is the person you want to do business with. He's awesome. The staff, of course, is as well, licensed, bonded, insured. Available 24/7, 365 with a rapid response team for all your locksmith emergencies or needs. So what is it you need from A Locksmith? Maybe a gun safe, jewelry safe, floor and wall safes, even commercial safes. Their Liberty safes are the best quality, made with great craftsmanship, and they have safes that are a perfect fit for any home or office. But it is about the people, and like I said, Andrew is fantastic. You're going to want to do business with them, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. Now, you got 2 showrooms in Naples. One's across from Mercado on US 4 41, and in the city of Naples just north of Mooring Line Drive on Tamiami Trail. They've been keeping Naples safe since 1973. So visit them today at alocksmithnaples.com.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high rate credit cards, car loans, or other high interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News. Traffic.
Watching the scene of a crash at Buckingham Road and Palm Beach Boulevard, there is some reported roadblock right in front of the Publix on Buckingham Road, so avoid that area if you don't want to get caught up in that congestion. Also a crash in Estero at Corkscrew Road and Wild Blue Boulevard. Traffic in the westbound direction is seeing some slowdowns on Corkscrew Road as you head towards the interstate and the Miramar Outlets area. Elsewhere, Daniels Parkway seeing those normal slowdowns heading southbound from State Road 82 towards Gateway Boulevard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
We've got high temperatures in the upper 80s again this afternoon. We'll stick with partly cloudy skies with increasing cloud cover towards the evening. A few spot showers will go up along I-75 by 1 to 2 p.m. Those rain chances shifting inland along with our thunderstorm chances by this evening. Eventually, all those showers and storms should weaken late tonight into early tomorrow morning. We will have a mostly dry weekend ahead of us, 90s for both Saturday into Sunday, and high temperatures only continue to climb by the end of that following work week, getting as warm as 94 degrees by next weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's Sports Page. Do you feel like you're the forgotten person in this great country, working hard all your life and contributing to this country's greatness, but taken for granted by our politicians' quest for voters? Using their slogan, more taxes will set you free. At Stevie's, you are not forgotten. We love our customers and never want them to feel forgotten. We deliver the value you deserve with our food, service, and pricing. Making our customers feel special is our happiness. As the owner of Stevie Tomatoes, we cater to the forgotten person. Those of you who go about every day doing what it takes for them and their family while contributing to this country's greatness, its culture and values. I personally invite you to allow us to be a small part of what makes you feel special, and we promise to obtain your complete satisfaction. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the